This is not meth.
Good evening, folks. My name is Dominic Giardina, and welcome to Which One of These Things is More Truer? Really? We couldn't come up with... No? Okay. On tonight's show, we compare two memorable moments in America's favorite pseudo-cinematic TV shows. First up, our senior uncertainty correspondent, Aaron Davis, with Heisenberg's mercury fulminate explosion. And then we go to Peyton Tyree in Westeros with a recap of the carnage at Blackwater Bay. Aaron?
Thanks, Nick, and hi, folks. Journey with me now to the year of 2008. AMC has just premiered its meth substitute, Breaking Bad. Things are going swell, and it seems as though this young show is beginning to show its full potential. Fast forward to episode 6, specifically the long march to Tuco's den. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but the moment that glassy goodness hits the floor is the moment that this viewer was hooked. Such elegance, such precision, such... malarkey?
Was that malarkey I heard, Aaron? Sounded more like sacrilege to me.
It was, Dom. You see, mercury fulminate is a tricky substance. The show describes it as highly reactive and unstable, as well as very potent. Although these are all basically true of the real-life thing, the show takes certain liberties. For example, it's most commonly observed in its powder state. Its state of crystal was only discovered in 2007, close to the time the show is set. Either Walter White is on some of that next-level research shit, or he's actually discovered it himself within the context of the show. Which isn't that far of a stretch, I guess. I mean, within the context of the show, he is a bona fide genius. There are other problems, though, like the issue of its seemingly surreal sensitivity. For those of you with nothing better to do than watch the Discovery Channel, you probably already know that the Mythbusters tested this. They fabricated a machine to simulate the conditions of the show, even going as far as throwing it at superhuman speeds, as well as upping the 50-gram ante. All to no avail. I'll conclude with this final argument. Let's assume that the writers got it all right, and this is how mercury fulminate actually acts in real life. How? How did Tuco and his thugs, let alone Walter, make it out of the drug den alive? An explosion of that size would have left them both deaf, if not dead, but most likely dead. Back to you, Nick.
Thank you, Aaron. Now to Peyton in King's Landing with the weather in Westeros. Peyton?
Thanks, Nick. Tonight's forecast is partly cloudy with a chance of unwavering death. Unlike Breaking Bad, which is clearly a product of fantastical fabrication, Game of Thrones endeavors to provide a more realistic portrayal of real-world science. Par exemple, wildfire. The Westerosi weapon of mass destruction? The one that's capable of destroying an entire fleet of ships in mere seconds? Similarly, the recipe for wildfire is a closely guarded secret in Westeros, and although it is magical in nature, it behaves in much the same way as Greek fire. It burns on water and cannot be extinguished by natural means. And like the Battle of Blackwater Bay, which resulted in a massive sexplosion, Greek fire was accompanied by thunder and smoke. Back to you, Nicki Minaj.
So, Walter White's use of chemistry to extract himself from a sticky situation appears to be less than scientific. While mercury fulminate is indeed an actual substance, the amount of force required to ignite in such a way would require the diseased chemist to possess Herculean strength, as well as superhuman resistance to the resulting explosion. Meanwhile, Game of Thrones takes its cue directly from history. With Greek fire, the explosion seen on Blackwater Bay would have been within the realm of possibility, with similar sites recorded throughout ancient naval history. Well, it looks like Breaking Bad, the show about chemistry, is a font of malicious lies and misinformation, while Game of Thrones, the show about dragons, succeeds at providing a reasonably plausible representation of a real-life substance in a fictionalized context. Go figure.